What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Fourth and Wrong podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Marshall, along with Colin, Dallas, and Donnie. First and foremost, we'll state the obvious. The Lions won again. They take the divisional round from the Buccaneers, and they will move on to the championship weekend, the Final Four, where we will play the San Francisco 49ers. Chiefs and Ravens are also on the AFC side, so this will determine who gets to go to the Super Bowl. Me, myself, and Colin and Donnie were at the game, got to experience it. It was pretty amazing.
That was honestly unforgettable. Like I said when I got in the car, like it didn't hit me exactly like what I was witnessing until about halfway through the third quarter. I was like, wow, this is not just a regular game. Like this is it. Like it's win or go home, you know? And so like obviously I was like going hard the whole game, you know, I was fucking screaming at the top of my lungs and everything, but like I don't know. Once I had that moment of realization, like, wow, this is like it, and I'm witnessing like history right now, win or lose. It was just, I like couldn't process that for like most
Colin
of the
actually texted us halfway through the game. Wait, is this for a playoff spot? Like,
game. I don't mean it literally. Like, obviously, I knew it was for the playoffs, but it didn't like register in my brain like exactly like everything that meant until that moment. And especially like being there, like
it
it didn't
truly
feel
is
like a
just
regular game at Ford Field, but like at the same time, it
it's just a
did, if
different
that makes
feeling.
sense.
It just we've never I don't think we've ever been
It's
in
just
this
something we haven't
position that
experienced before, you
hasn't
know?
set in. And honestly, I don't know if it'll set in that we were this far in a playoff run until we win or lose the playoffs. Like if we win the Super Bowl, it'll set in. If we lose this round or in the Super Bowl, that's when it'll be like, holy shit, like this year has been amazing. It's just because we're still going. And to be able to even say like we are playing weeks into January football is alone amazing. Like this
So
is
like
this is just awesome.
I obviously wasn't at the Rams game, and I'm very lucky that my sister, shout out to my sister real quick, shout out to my sister,
Yeah, shout out
uh
Colin sister. Don't
bought my
worry.
ticket to
Just
go to the divisional game. But how did that compare for you guys since you were both at the Rams game? How did that compare like atmosphere wise to the Rams game? Because
I,
that
I
was
will pitch
the
in
craziest I have ever
because
seen Ford Field. There were moments in that game that it like hurt like how loud
Donnie's
it was.
opinion is very like fluctuating because of the circumstances with
Well, for
Stafford.
Donnie, it's different. Yeah,
So
Donnie, like
the
he was
only
worried about the
thing
Stafford storyline the whole time.
two
But
two different like a couple differences that I can think of. I would say loudness. They were both loud. They were both really loud. Like
yeah,
I really thought this game might have been a little
that was
less loud
definitely the
just
loudest
because of
I
the.
had ever heard Ford Field. But I obviously was not at the Rams game, so
I
I
thought
I
this
don't know
game
how it
might have been a
compared.
little less loud because of the money that in the tickets, but it really wasn't. It was just as loud. The energy was just as there. I would say with the first game, after the win hit a lot more, and like I teared up because it was the first playoff win. So
Yeah,
that one hit a little bit different, but this one, I know Donnie had said it, and I also said it. They had towels, and seeing those towels waving in the air,
dude,
that
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 first defensive series with the towels, that was insane.
so it was pretty similar, I would think, but there was a couple differences. But I would say the first game, just emotional wise, to get over that hump was definitely different. But in terms of the energy and just atmosphere, I would say no different. I would think maybe because it was a night game, the Rams game was a little different, but it was about as loud. It was the
Hmm.
same loud. I would say, like I said, the towels was fucking crazy. Like looking up on that first series and like just it felt like a Steelers game, like with how many towels were there. It was
Yeah,
wild.
yeah, that was sweet.
It was pretty sweet.
Um,
yeah. Um, like Marshall said, I think the biggest difference is it was during the day versus at night for that Rams game. The Rams game, it wasn't even so much the
Night
Stafford
games
thing.
always feel bigger, you know?
I
They
mean, yeah,
just always do. What?
they're prime time, so like, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
So
like
usually nighttime
there's been
games
some
are
bad
more.
primetime games that like probably aren't deserving of a primetime game, you know?
Yeah, but
But they
yeah,
still feel more special.
yeah.
Like, you
I
know,
think
Jets at Patriots on Thursday night football. I know that's like
Well,
a
that was a
rivalry
goaded
game,
game.
yeah,
but like that's not a great
was there.
I
matchup,
mean, yeah, but they're like supposed to mean more in nature.
Zach Wilson versus Mac Jones.
That was supposed to be
Primetime
probably
television.
You know what's funny? At the beginning of the season, they were like, you know what? Mac Jones actually might be that guy this year. And Aaron Rodgers, he's going to be going crazy. So this matchup might be a great matchup. And then turns out
They did
Mac
kind of
Jones was
gamble a little
awful.
bit on the Mac Jones thing.
Mac
Because
Jones was awful. And
there
apparently
was a
Aaron
chance
Rodgers
that
can't make
Well,
maybe
the
he
Jets
got
had
it
a bunch
together.
of primetime games that, looking back, were like, how the fuck did they get those? But in the moment, it's like, okay, they're going to be good. They might
Yeah,
not be
with
like,
Aaron
they
Rodgers.
might not win 13 games, but they're going to win 8, 9, 10 games and like be
The
entertaining. And then
only
4
one,
plays
because
later,
I understand the Jets getting primetime games because it's like Aaron Rodgers. The Giants should have not got as many primetime games as they should.
I
It felt like
mean,
every week the
yeah,
Giants were in a primetime
I feel
game.
like they got a
they
primetime
should
game
have though.
because of their opponent every time.
No, see, they're allowed to have a couple primetime games, but like we are not the Giants would go out and win their division. And I swear they might have had the most primetime games almost out of everybody. They had a
Yeah.
primetime game every freaking
But
week.
you gotta think they last year were the only good New York team. Like New York's obviously a major market, so obviously they're gonna push them as much as they can.
And I
Like
hope this year they
you
don't.
have to, you
Well,
have to. But anyway,
are we just ignoring the Bills?
the fucking
They're on the good
circle.
New York
They're not
team
in New
last
York,
year.
so fuck them. They're not.
They're
What?
damn near Canada's team.
I'm sorry.
Literally.
I'm sorry. They are the only New York team that actually plays in the state of New York.
That is also
but
true.
If you see MetLife, it's like fucking MetLife's like right here. And
I mean,
the
I've
New
driven
York,
by
like,
MetLife
right here.
before, but like it's still in New Jersey. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't. It doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, to get back on topic, holy fuck, we just talked about the Jets and the Giants for 5 fucking
For
minutes.
way too long while we're talking about the
Anyway,
Lions and their playoff
yeah,
run.
I was gonna say the first game was different, obviously because it's at night. It was kind of a different vibe in that regard. Not only like the Stafford thing for me, I think a big thing was also like the Rams were like a key component in the rebuild and like the reset of the Lions. Even if you don't
Yeah.
give a fuck about Stafford, like that's how we got Jared. Brad came from there. Like that was a big point is like the Rams like helped kickstart this. And it's like, okay, your first home playoff game is against the team that like kind of jump started this rebuild. It's like that's kind of fucking crazy
Yeah.
to look at. But yeah, the first game I was more in panic. I was like, I really just thought Stafford's going to rip our hearts out. I honestly thought we were going to lose. Like I picked the Lions. I wanted the Lions to win, but I'm like, this is going to fucking happen. And then like like I didn't get to really enjoy that one as much. Like I was happy at the end, obviously, but the second one, like I went in like with a more positive mindset and I was like, okay, we're going to win. This is going to be fun. And it was a lot like better of a day for me. But yeah, I'd say the loudness is like the exact same. I would say
Once
the
you get
key
to a
components-
point, you get to a certain point where loud is just loud, and like there might be like differences in like the decibels, but to like the ear, it makes no difference.
I would
It's
say
crazy.
the only point where it might have been louder was because I would say the loudest point out of both those games was the Derek Barnes pick. Like, because there wasn't a
Yeah.
moment in because there was no turnovers, and turnovers always bring that boom, that eruptness. And there were no
Yeah.
turnovers in that Rams game on either side.
I tell you what,
So
Section
that-
315 was losing their minds when that interception happened.
So I would say
Like,
that
I hadn't talked to most
Section
of the
1 through
people
Section
around me,
315.
and we were all like hugging, high fiving. It was crazy.
I would say that the biggest erupt moment was definitely the Derek Barnes pick to seal the game. Like everybody, it's literally because it's like, oh, and then it cuts while Baker's in motion, and then all of a sudden it erupts and everyone jumps in the air. Everyone's screaming. I'm pretty sure Donnie might have gave my brother a concussion. Like it was a really
gosh.
wild moment.
Yeah. I scared the shit out of Brendan. I don't know if you guys heard that story. I scared
No.
the fuck out of
Bro,
I
they
felt
scored,
bad.
and this man Brendan's like, yeah, and this man Donnie
Because he's a Colts fan, so he's not like really
and
celebrating.
shook him. I was like, oh my gosh, that's literally
literally-
assault. I almost
let's
texted
go,
the
this
number
man-
for a fan
He
report.
could have
I
had
was like, get this
security
man out
called
of
on
here.
him. Oh my
he had
god!
he had
Man.
such a face of like pure fear. When I did that. That's I,
I
felt
don't blame
bad. I was like,
him.
oh, shit,
What
I'm
are we
sorry.
doing?
Bro, it was the reason you got to go to a game, and
One of the
this man
things-
shook him to death.
One of the things that kind of blew my mind, and like obviously, home playoff win. Obviously, there's going to be more Lions fans there than Buccaneers fans. Looking around the crowd yesterday, though, I saw maybe 100 Buccaneers fans total,
Oh, dude,
and they
Rams, we saw like 5
Alan,
Rams
I'm not
fans.
shitting you. there was 10 times as many Bucks fans there as what there was Rams the previous week.
Really?
Not
There's
even joking.
no Rams fans.
Bro,
Because
we
I was looking
walked-
around.
me
I
and
don't know. I
Marshall-
mean, maybe they were hiding underneath because, like, obviously I couldn't see below me, but like
No, there was none.
in
Bro.
along the home sideline, along the away sideline, and then that other end zone, I saw maybe a couple hundred tops.
Colin,
Like,
in the
and they were
stadium,
so thinly spread
I
out too.
saw
Because normally you get like a bunch of them that sit in like the same general vicinity of each other. It was just like red sprinkle here, red sprinkle there. They were like,
sprinkle.
well,
Well,
because
I
it was like
think-
I would see like two of them
Bro,
sitting together,
Colin,
and then there wouldn't be another one
I
for like a
saw
section.
3 Rams fans outside the stadium. I shit you not. I saw 1 Rams fan in the stadium. We were walking in the stadium, me, Donnie, and everyone else. I saw a Steelers fan at the Rams game. Bro was wearing a Le'Veon Bell jersey. I turned around. I
Hey,
really
shout out
pointed
to
at him.
that guy, bro.
I was like, "What is he
He's
doing?"
probably a Michigan
Bro
State
turned
fan,
around.
I bet.
Yeah,
Bro,
MSU.
turned. No,
I was
bro
there, that's
turned around and
probably
went
why.
like this, and he like pointed. And I was like, "Why are you wearing a Steelers jersey?" And he's like, "I'm just here to support my friend." I was like, "What? You spent all that money to come here and support your friend?"
That's
I
wild.
was like,
Yeah.
and bring a Steelers jersey as well.
a
And
good
like,
friend.
and then Travis looked
Yeah.
at me. He's like, "Do you know that guy?" I said, "No, I have no idea who he is."
If I did, I wouldn't claim it. Fucking
Yeah.
like what are we? But
But yeah, I just
like,
thought that
there
was
there
insane.
so
And
many
someone
more
was
Bucks
pointing
fans.
out, you know, how wild it was, like how loud it was on defense. And usually, like for like a regular season game, because even like the Monday Night Football game that we went to, there were enough Raiders fans that there was like some noise while we
Noise.
were on offense. It was dead silent when we were on. I mean, like obviously you got people talking to each other and you can hear that, you know, with how many people there are just talking to each other, you can hear that sound. But in terms of any sort of like actual crowd noise trying to impact the game, none. Dead silent, which was
Yeah.
wild to me.
Which it makes like it's kind of crazy because we're like, oh my god, there was like no other fans there. When you think about it logistically, it's shocking we even saw that many fans. You gotta think, you get 1 week notice. Like the Bucks didn't know they were gonna play us until they had literally less than a week's notice.
Tampa Bay
That's
and then
one.
LA.
Fucking Tampa to Detroit is a fuck of a drive, or that's a decent flight. Like you're going
Now, if we were to play
couple
Green Bay
hours.
next week,
It
not
would
a
be-
lot,
yes, it would
not
be
a
much
lot,
more
but I'm
50-50.
thinking like 50, 60,
Oh,
70.
well, plus you've got
It would be-
people in Michigan that root for the Packers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's
another
sad.
thing. Is not only
I mean, people in the UP, I think it makes a little bit more sense.
yeah,
Or like up
UP.
north, you know,
UP is
they're a little
mainly Packers.
separated from the
They're
Lions
closer to the
fans.
Packers, so it makes sense.
Right.
But like not only the time aspect, not
Shout out to
only the
Prime.
distance aspect, like these tickets cost a
Not
shit
sponsored.
ton. The Bucks just got a home playoff game, and they got a home playoff game last year. Like, of course they weren't gonna like shell out all the money to come here. And
Right.
Rams fans, yeah, they have money, but like that's literally across the
I would
country.
say that's across the country. That's like a
Yeah.
4-hour flight.
Makes sense. Like, what Bucks fan, even if they live in Michigan and like they live in Detroit, it's like I don't have $2,000 to go. Like that's
Right.
fucking expensive, and it's no notice. Like you know what I mean.
Right.
So it's
Now
like
that I'm
crazy
thinking
people
about
don't
it,
have money.
I would say this game has the edge in terms of loudness over the other game for a couple reasons. One, the abruptness in that pick, but there was that moment there wasn't in the
Both
Rams
picks.
game, and then the 2 other one or the 3 other ones. The towel I already said, and then the other 2. I've been going to Lions games for 10 to 12 years, and I go to a couple a year, if not more than that. I don't think, like, clearly I've ever heard the fans start singing the national anthem with the person that's doing it, because the guy that was doing
Yeah.
it was the
I picked
the
up on that
whole
too.
thi-
Like you can usually hear like people around you
a
singing. You don't
little
hear
bit,
the
but like
stadium
the
doing
whole
it.
crowd was singing it. And then the other moment I was talking about, when at every stadium
Yeah.
they
Seven,
cut
eight,
it
nine.
out, and every fan kept it going. It did not stop for like
Also,
a solid 30 seconds.
I just think like that was kind of a cool moment because Jack White's from Detroit too. So there's something underrated about hearing Seven Nation Army at a Lions playoff game. But I mean
They didn't play
that's just like a
last week,
little
so.
that's a little like underrated moment for me.
Well, should we get into at least some of the other games real quick? You know, gotta
Yeah,
spread
I
the
mean,
love.
I think that
Chiefs Bills was
game
a great
was great.
game.
That was wild.
Yes.
I wish we
Great
would
finish.
see that game more than just the
I
final.
watched. I'm on my lunch break. I watched the replay of the game just to. And that DeMar Hamlin fake punt thing was
Bro,
crazy.
I
He
saw
was
this man.
so far away.
I saw this
He wasn't
man.
even close.
I saw people saying that this man Sean McDermott think this is a Hollywood movie by
I
putting
saw that
DeMar
too.
in that
They're like, he thinks
fake
it's a Disney movie.
Disney
Yeah,
movie.
Plus, bro, it didn't even look like he accelerated. He caught the ball and
said,
said, "Okay, I'm gonna go this way, tackle." Like it's like, bro, where was he going? Like there wasn't even an attempt.
When
to
you
throw.
put a DB in to run the ball, what are we doing?
Like at that
Put a
point,
fullback there for the play. Like, what are we
at
doing?
that point, put Josh Allen in the punt formation.
Hell
just
You have a
go
better
for it.
chance. Yeah.
I feel for Tyler Bass because obviously everyone's quick to blame Tyler Bass, but like two things. For one, it was windy as shit. Like, bro, that bitch was going in and then it went,
Yeah.
and just absolutely the wind took it. So I was like, okay, not his fault. Second off, like unless it really is like, okay, they missed 2 field goals and like an extra point. Like, bro didn't miss anything all game, I don't think. Besides that, and like Donnie pointed out, like not all to his credit fault either, but Allen missed he missed that touchdown throw. Like, and Josh went up to Tyler Bass and gave him a hug after the game, basically saying, "Hey, the team's got your back. This isn't on you. It's never on you. This is a team effort. I made mistakes, so I feel for Tyler Bass, and like you can't give him shit, bro. Bro is probably one of the top 15, top 10 kickers in the league. He's very good, very always reliable.
He's a good kicker every year, and I saw Josh going up to him, and that was sweet. I know like on the quiz went essential like Josh Allen hater out of all of us, but I don't know how much you guys have seen, but have you guys been seeing he's been getting killed for not hitting Diggs on that underneath route when he threw it deep to Shakur and missed it? Like, did you guys see all that bullshit? Because they're talking about he should have hit.
No, and like I kind of see their point, but like at the same time, he hit that receiver in the hands. Like that was as good of a throw from Josh Allen as you can get.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the
It's a
one where
different
he
one,
threw it deep
yeah.
to Shakur, and Shakur was open, but he underthrew him, and like it would have been a touchdown. But Diggs was running like a drag route underneath, and he was like wide open. Like it was busted coverage. He would have got probably a good 15, 20 yards.
Well, I mean,
Apparently,
if one was going to be a touchdown if it was connected, then
apparently there's some
that's
odd
what I'm saying.
sites
People
that
are
it's
like
at-
actively shitting on Josh Allen for not hitting Diggs. And as a Josh Allen, not a Josh Allen guy, I'm like, no, like it was a good idea to
like
throw
if
to
one
Shakur
was
then.
wide open down the field for a touchdown and you just missed him,
Well,
like I'd rather you at least take that shot.
Shakir was coming open because the safety was playing. Like I watched a video of the breakdown. It was like the slot receiver and Shakir was the outside guy. Shakir ran a post. The slot guy ran like a 10-yard out, and the safety, his hips, he bit towards the out route. So Shakir like passed him, and it was if Allen puts it on him, like it's a walk-in touchdown. Like he's fucking literally standing in the end zone wide open. So I don't shit on Josh for throwing that. Like he should have threw that. I just shit on Josh Allen for underthrowing it by 15 fucking yards. Like I don't know what happened. Like he has one of the strongest arms in the league, and yeah, Chris Jones was bearing in on him, but like he didn't even hit him. You know what
apparently
I mean?
it's like negative odds on betting sites that Diggs is out. Like apparently the Bills will save 20 to 30 million in cap space if they get rid of him this year. And with everything that's been going on, Diggs is probably unhappy. There's always been a lot of controversy and things, and they say that
Diggs been out the door for 4 fucking years.
I think it, but what usually there's no benefit to the Bills besides maybe getting a decent trade out of him. They save so much money by getting rid of him. He's probably gone, and I guarantee they go like draft time. They go pick up somebody better, and they trade him too, so they can get. They're getting.
You think you can get someone better out of the draft?
I don't think he meant to say better.
Oh, okay.
I don't like
say replaceable.
I say it's gonna be hard to like just draft somebody.
But to be fair, the guy that they replaced Stephon Diggs with in Minnesota and to get better out of the draft is the best wide receiver in the league. So anything can happen.
I think you can say that was pretty rare. Like I don't think you're picking
Justin
Jefferson.
But to be fair, if there is a year for Buffalo to say we're trading Diggs, let's move up in the draft. The wide receiver class for like this year is insane in the draft. The wide receivers are deep in the future. But what I was going to say, I don't know how much this is true, so you can't even like take this as seriousness, but there's been a lot of talks, and I don't think it's true, but apparently there's been a lot of talks of Travis Kelce following his brother and retiring after this season. And again, that's not saying that this isn't from Ian Rappaport. This is just saying that apparently there's been a lot of stir that is something that he might do. And because there was something that came out that they want to go like kind of with what Pat McAfee's doing, and they want to hit this show as much as they can and do their podcast. I mean, retiring the same year, it feels a little early for Travis, but 34 years old, like bro is old. I mean, for a tight end, like his body be hurting.
Right.
So I don't think he will. I just was pointing that out that there's a lot of speculation. I don't think he will. I mean, maybe if he wins a ring, 3 rings, but it would be kind of wild if they both retired the same year because they're both first ballot Hall of Famers.
I won't even say like you don't even that's not even like a huge speculation thing. He said earlier this year like he's thought about retiring like more than what he's ever said to anybody. As soon as a player says that, like the line is once you start thinking about retirement, you're retired. Like once you start thinking about it, you're basically done. Like
maybe bro will hit the Vontae Davis and just in the middle of the game, just I'm done.
I don't think he's gonna retire after this. I think if they win a ring, maybe like there's a shot. Like I'd give it like a 20%
like
chance.
go out on top,
I
might
think,
as well.
I think he's gonna retire earlier than you think. Like he's playing so good. I think the common thought is like, oh, he's gonna play like 3-4 more years if he can keep this up. Like he hasn't ever had a big injury. And yeah, 38 for a tight end is fucking crazy. But like he hasn't had a big injury. He hasn't really dropped off. I think he has. If they win a ring, I think he has one more year. If they don't, I think he plays maybe 2.
Yeah,
at least one.
Like maybe. I said, I just talking. I don't know if he really will either. I mean, he's just getting up there.
I think he is.
Bro, with everything that's been going on, bro's already accomplished so much. And I mean, Jason also is retiring at the top. He's probably the best center in the league. Yeah. So, but I mean, to be fair, he is 36 and offensive lineman, dude. Like hearing what Joe Thomas, talking about him retiring only after 10 or 9 years. Bro was like, yeah, I had a concussion. Like, it feels like every week. Like, they get, dude, and he's like memory loss.
Like getting into a car accident every single play.
Yeah. And that's just being like a normal center or a normal left tackle. Try being Jason Kelsey and have motherfuckers like having 10 people land on you.
So you got the tush push every freaking game the last 2 years.
Bro, could you imagine being that man and he just do you think he hates the tush push? And he's like, tush push, tush push. He's like, damn it. He's like, I hate this play so much.
Didn't you see his quote? He said it was like to sum up his career, and it was talking about the tush push, and he said every time they called it, he would say, fuck my life in the huddle.
That is funny.
The only new around the league news I wanted to say was that the Titans hired their new head coach. It is the Bengals OC Brian Callahan.
Oh yeah.
So
and we got Zach Ertz.
Cousin
no.
Cousin to Bo Callahan.
This is going to be perfect though because Will Levis is going to be their quarterback starting next year.
Yeah.
Look what that man did with Jake Browning. And Will Levis might have a crazy sophomore season.
I was thinking Malik Willis, but I like.
I mean, Zach. Too. That would work if fucking Zach Taylor wasn't an offensive guy and is the one really. Yeah, I think that's the biggest downgrade. Like Brian, that dude might be good.
I think it's a good hire, but yeah, it's a downgrade from.
You fired Mike Vrabel, a proven guy. To Callahan could be fucking good. Who the fuck knows? But stick with Vrabel.
He dropped in the draft.
The Titans job should have been somebody that has head coaching experience.
I think the Titans job should have just went to anyone offensively, because
I mean, yeah, I'd agree
defense.
With that.
I would have leaned more offense. It's a more offensive type league.
Well, that's not only that, but that's what most teams do. You fire a defensive coach, you hire an offensive coach. That's just kind of how it goes. 90% of the time, that's how it is.
All right, Colin, go ahead.
All right.
Picks.
Do we really need to go over our records? 4 games.
I know honestly, what I
went. I know you and Dallas both picked the Bills, I think.
Right? I got Lions and Niners, right? So
I do. I kind of love.
Oh yeah, and you picked the Texans too, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, guys. I don't know if you noticed. I have them all written down. So
it was 4 games.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not gonna go into huge detail. I have the records from last week and this week. Obviously, different number of games, but tied for first is me and Colin at 7-3. So
hell yeah,
Colin went from worst to hey, maybe he beats me for the playoff record. And then we have Dallas at 6-4 for both weeks. I'm not doing just this week, obviously. I don't know if I said that, but Dallas at 6-4. and then Marshall is at last at 5-5. So 2 games.
Considering the awful start I had to the wild card round, not bad.
Well, we all went 3-3 in the wild card. It was this week because this week I
True.
went 4-0, Colin went 4-0, Dallas went 3-1, Marshall went 2-2. So that was basically the difference in the overall record.
All right. Well, AFC Championship, Chiefs versus Ravens. I mean, selfishly, I want the Chiefs because I would much rather play the Chiefs if we were to win. But I think the Ravens are gonna lock them up. I do not think the Chiefs are gonna win this game in Baltimore. Give me the Ravens.
Man, the Chiefs team, I know Marshall was saying they don't look good or they haven't played good. They're still pretty damn good. And when you got the best quarterback in the league and possibly the argument for best quarterback ever by the time he hangs it up, it's hard to count out the Chiefs. I'm gonna go Chiefs. I think the Ravens are a better team. They've had a better season, better defense, but I can't count out Mahomes, unfortunately.
Yeah, Mahomes did just get his first road playoff win, but and honestly, it's a win-win situation in my eyes because I want the Ravens to win, but I would, as a Lions fan, would rather play the Chiefs. I think we have a way better chance of beating the Chiefs than the Ravens, mainly because they don't have any wide receivers, the Chiefs, and we suck against scrambling quarterbacks. It's always been like that. But at home, I mean, the Chiefs have looked fine. I just think that the Ravens are. I was scared of them coming out of their bye after sitting starters. Like 2 weeks rest is a lot, but they obviously didn't matter because they steamrolled the Texans, which it's the Texans, but I think that the momentum is going to carry them. I got Ravens probably by I'd go 8, 9, 10 points.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys kind of all made great points. Marshall's definitely right. I would say the rust factor hit the Ravens in the first half of last week. I mean, it was 10-10 at the half. It looked like it was going to be a ball game. They go into half, they come out, literally don't allow another point and hang 24 on them. So I would say they were rusty. Just like the Niners were rusty against the Packers.
Texans didn't score an offensive touchdown at all, though.
I know.
Like
think about it. That Ravens defense only allowed 3 points.
Like overall, they were rusty, but like the defense was fine. Like the defense did play great the entire time, but like the offense was rusty. So like,
yeah, it took the offense a minute to wake up. Yeah,
scoreboard looked rusty, but anyway, yeah, I think the Ravens at home are a unit, but the Chiefs, Mahomes played his first road playoff game in Buffalo. Like, if you listen to their interviews after the game, like, I think Mahomes likes kind of being the villain because you got to think like all of his, like he's played in hostile regular season games, but like the playoffs are different, and he plays every playoff game at home other than in the Super Bowl, which is like a completely different kind of crowd. So like this is his first time like ripping the soul out of stadium by like beating them on their home turf. And I think
he's going to be too powerful, and he's going to beat the crap out of the Ravens.
I think there's something to be said about like him like reigniting like that kind of like fire, like, oh fuck, like that was sweet. Like, and they looked good. The receivers played fine, other than fucking I believe it was MVS that or was it Hardman that fumbled twice and no one out of back then.
MVS had a good game from what I remember.
Other than him, the receivers looked fine. Rashid Rice got banged up. I don't know like how big that is. That's obviously huge. But Travis Kelce looked like Travis Kelce. Mahomes looked like Mahomes.
That is true.
They averaged, I know they haven't been like super great, like Marshall said. They averaged 9 yards a play. They fucking murdered a Bills defense, which is banged up, but it's a good unit. Like, it's been a good unit all year.
When DeMar Hamlin's getting tackles.
Yeah, I'm hanging these jerseys. I said a week ago, 2 weeks ago, it's my Super Bowl preview. I'm sticking to it. I think the Chiefs just find a way to win because they have Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar's awesome, but Mahomes is just a different breed.
Also, real quick before we move on, Colin, I've thought of a couple things. One, my girlfriend mentioned this. Obviously, the Harbaugh brothers played each other in a Super Bowl. How wild would it be if in their respected leagues, one got a national championship, and then one got a Super Bowl. That would be pretty wild. Also, I know you guys have seen the picture of the Super Bowl logo conspiracy the last 2 years. The colors have matched the Ravens. But also, like Donnie is saying, a week 1, game 1 rematch in the final game of the season there's a lot of theories that's like, wow, that would line up crazy if that was the script. Three crazy ways. So basically the Niners just can't win and ruin it all.
Yeah. So I said this earlier in the group chat, and I'm not gonna try and imply anything quite yet.
Not the moon.
But I think this is why it's not the moon. It's not the moon.
Thank goodness.
So the theme so far for the NFL playoffs for the Detroit Lions is kind of exercising some demons from the franchise, right? So you finally get that first playoff win, right? And it's at home. All right. So you're hosting a playoff game for the first time since the 90s, and you win a playoff game for the first time since 1992. Against Matthew Stafford, your former quarterback, wasn't good enough to get the job done here. Jared Goff is, but that's besides the point.
Dang.
And then you host the divisional round. You win the divisional round. You're rolling. Now you're one game away from the NFC Championship game, your first NFC Championship game since that same 92 season. And who knows what happens. The last time.
Excited he's getting.
The last time the Detroit Lions won a road playoff game was against the 49ers. And then not only that, they went on to win the NFL championship against the Cleveland Browns, the same Cleveland Browns that would then become the Baltimore Ravens. So
you're saying,
I'm not saying that something's up, but if the script writers are really in their bag, I think that is a hell of a storyline that I don't think we're talking enough about, because having all of those demons exorcised from the Detroit Lions franchise in one playoff would be insane.
You can tell we're
talking about that.
You can tell this man Colin is a
I've been waiting to say that all day. I have been waiting to say that all day on the pod.
Got the tinfoil hat on. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. I'll go grab some aluminum foil from my kitchen. But with that said, I think that this is going to be a tough task for the Lions. Niners are a damn good squad. That defense is going to carry. I don't think that the offense is going to be able to do a ton. I think if we shut down Christian McCaffrey, that is the best chance. Make Brock Purdy beat you. The bad news is with our secondary, he very well could. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I don't think we came this far to only go this far. I'm going the Lions. Lions are headed to the Super Bowl. Give me the Lions all day.
Dude, you saying it makes me fucking shiver.
Now, Marshall talked about the Super Bowl logo. I don't know if you guys know this. There's an alternative logo for this year's Super Bowl, and it just happens to be blue and red for the fucking Lions versus the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. And with that being said, this game is going to come down to the last drive, and it's going to be Brock Purdy, ball in his hands, and he's going to give it to the defense. The Detroit Lions are going to upset San Fran in San Fran to go on to face the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
I tell you what, before you guys make your picks, just sitting here thinking about this game.
Dude,
this game is like the penultimate Dan Campbell, like everything he's been preaching as a coach, like gritty, hard nose, literally the kneecap speech, man. Like this is like the put up or shut up time, like it's fucking crazy.
It's wild just talking about this. It makes me want to throw up in my mouth.
Like,
but
this is the game. Like everything has been building up to this point, and this is the opportunity to show.
Stop! You're making me shake.
Are they real? It's crazy. Like just to think about that as a Lions fan. Like
all I'm saying is Aiden Hutchinson pulled Michigan University out of the fucking trenches of hell.
Another storyline that has not been talked about enough.
Grab the Detroit Lions out of the trenches of hell.
His
bring them to glory.
It was pretty nice.
On the Pistons.
I
They
saw
won a championship with
I
Get
this
this
saw-
man on the basketball court right now.
I saw Pat McAfee tweet out the video of Aiden Hutchinson just taking it all in, and he was like Michigan raised, Michigan born, like Michigan football, like bro really was just taking it all in. It was kind of awesome for him to do that, like the journey he's been on, just and being able to stay at home. My pick, it's just scary, and to think that the Lions are in this situation, it makes me smile just sitting here talking about it. And it's like, no matter what happens at the end of the day, I'm so unbelievably happy and proud of what we've done this year. And as a Lions fan, I'll never forget this my entire life. Even if we do say go down in a couple years and win a Super Bowl, this was the year like that we can say as Lions fans that we've needed for so long. But tough defense we're playing against, but I know our offense can handle it. The best part about our defense, good thing enough, is our run game. Now McCaffrey's probably still going to go for a lot, but I think that we can, at least the outside runs are going to be what kills
Just
us.
don't
I think.
give up the backbreakers. The last game is he had that kind of takeover run where he rattled off like a 25-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
And that was the moment I was like, all right, this is over for the Packers.
So
McCaffrey's here. It's over.
I think what looks good for us is Packers were kind of almost about to win that game. So the 49ers didn't look crazy good against them, I'd say. And you can cut this out, Colin, if you want, but all I've been seeing is Kirby Joseph saying that Kittle's very nervous for this game because Kirby Joseph's going to be coming for them kneecaps. But I obviously not.
He took Dan Campbell's speech a little too literally.
Not promoting any injuries, just it's all jokes. But
face mask on the helmet to
bite it's
a problem.
It's scary. It's very, very scary. But I've noticed a theory. Every week, there was 1 week where I didn't take the Lions to win, and then they won. And every week, I think I've taken the Lions to win since like week 15, they've won. So as much as like I think maybe the 49ers could win, I can't pick against my team. So with all my heart, I am going with the Detroit Lions to win this game.
Yes, sir.
But like I said, what happens. I'm so
G-Mac better have a song ready to drop
this year
Sunday if we win this.
Is unbelievable. But I think if we just keep, I think we need to, if we win that coin toss, we receive the ball. We need to score first. We need to come out.
I do exactly what the Packers did.
Yeah, did not work well last week.
We need to.
Getting the ball did not help us.
I know, but I think we need to do what the Packers did to the Cowboys. The Packers did the Cowboys. They received and then went down.
They did the same thing to the 49ers.
We need to do that. And I just think, because I think if they start scoring, we need to set the tone. So, but I'm going with the Lions, going with my team, obviously, y'all know I'm nervous. I'm unbelievably nervous, but I got the Detroit Football Lions.
Is Donnie going to take one for the team and lone wolf the 49ers so we don't jinx it?
He just needs to put money on the 49ers. Is all.
Whatever book it with Trent does.
Man. Is it really bad that now sitting here talking about this is like this game's hitting me? Like
no. Like you're like actually thinking about it. Because I mean that's what happened to me. That's why I like said that whole like before you guys make your picks, like this is like the game,
Make the Super Bowl. It's gonna take 70 minutes for us to talk about that game.
God.
Well, I'm sitting here and like I always write down the teams that are playing beforehand, and I just write our names next to them for picks. And there's 4 teams on this piece of paper. Like this is the championship weekend. Like there's 4 fucking teams left.
3 weeks ago, there were 32 teams on that piece of paper.
And like
this season's gone by so fast.
It really has.
It's true. Like Marshall said earlier, like we're not gonna realize this until the season's over. Whether we win it all or lose this week, like whatever.
And then September cannot come soon enough after that.
We're gonna wake up a month from now, regardless of the outcome, and we're gonna be like, "Holy fucking shit, that just happened!" Like we were living. And we're in this moment now.
The last time this happened, none of us were born.
Man, this game is such a fucking bitch. I wanted the Niners. I kept telling you guys I wanted to play the Niners over the Packers. And as soon as the Lions won and I realized they were actually playing the Niners, I was like, fuck. Like the Niners are actually a fucking unit. Like that kind of But my logic is you're not going to make the Super Bowl by playing a bunch of teams.
Yep,
And
gotta
so
earn it.
far, like, we played the Rams. The Rams are pretty good, but, like, they have a defense issue. It's basically Matthew Stafford, Puka, and Cooper Kupp carrying. Like, that they're a good team. They're a playoff team. They're not a Super Bowl team. Then we play the Bucs. Good team. Baker's played great. Offense is good. Defense is good. Not a Super Bowl team. This is a fucking Super Bowl team. This is the best roster in the league. Overall, they have no real weakness. Their coach is good. Their quarterback's solid. I'll give them solid. Wide receivers are incredible. Tight ends incredible. Offensive line, defensive line, linebackers. Like, everything on this team is great. And history is fucking against us. We've lost 11 straight road playoff games.
Is it though? Is it though?
The longest streak in the NFL.
What was the most recent win? I said it earlier. I'll give you a hint. On the road at the 49ers.
You read your stats. Let me read my stats. 11 straight road playoff losses. That's the longest streak in NFL history. And then the Niners have not lost a home game to the Detroit Lions since 1975. That's 13 straight wins.
That's a lucky number right there.
Man, this is one of those games where either the Lions fucking win by 3 and it's a last second thing, or it's over by the first quarter and the Lions just get both raced out of the fucking stadium. And that's all I can think. But like Marshall said, I haven't come this fucking far to not pick the goddamn Detroit Lions. So let's go to the fucking Super Bowl for the first time in
ever.
Let's go win a goddamn ring, a ring from this century with people that are fucking alive. Before we changed, that was 4 fucking logos ago, the last time we won a championship. Let's go bring this son of a bitch home and build Dan Campbell a statue right in the middle of downtown.
Oh yeah, just so we're clear, if we win the Super Bowl, Dan Campbell's getting a statue in like a year.
Regardless.
Build it by September.
All these next 2 games are going to prove is, does he get one literally this offseason or does he get one after he retires? That's the only fucking difference. Because if he wins his goddamn Super Bowl, commission that son of a bitch right now. Put it in the middle of the 50-yard line, right on the Lions logo. Make the teams play around it because he fucking deserves it. Give me the Lions.
I feel like that's a hazard.
Go. I don't give a fuck.
Solid brass statue in the middle of the playing field.
What's more of a hazard?
These are the field goal posts in the middle of the end zone.
What's more of a hazard? Honestly, I'll ask you this. What's more of a hazard? A fucking statue at the 50 or playing the fucking Detroit Lions led by Dan fucking Campbell? Give me the Lions!
Well, it depends. Am I running a post route or?
Motherfuckers in the 80s should be like, I got it. And they run into the goalpost.
Canada still plays with the goalpost right at the end of the end zone.
If he was back then fucking ripping kneecaps off of motherfuckers, they'd say, give me the goddamn goalpost.
I love that we can.
Dan Campbell would have thrived in the 70s NFL.
2 years ago, we were 0-10-1. Or about 2 years in a month. We were 0-10-1.
Yeah.
And now look at us.
Yeah.
Who is that? It's that meme.
3 years ago, we were fresh off of the last games of the Matt Patricia era. Matthew Stafford wanted out, and we had just hired Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes.
I hope you watched our game that we beat them.
All right. Well, it is trivia time. Dallas, take it away.
Let's go. I got a few different trivias today. Starting off with, we're going to glaze some Patrick Mahomes like we did last week.
Yeah.
This man, Patrick Mahomes, is 2 touchdowns away from being top 5 in postseason passing touchdowns in a career. Let that sink in. Bro's been starting for 6 years and is 2 touchdowns away from being top 5 in passing touchdowns. So you guys are going to be guessing the top 10 in passing touchdowns in a postseason.
In a single postseason or postseason in their career?
In a career.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, number 1 with 88. touchdowns in the
That
postseason.
man went out on a
You
limb.
held
The
that
forehead,
N out, you
Peyton
held that
Manning.
Oh,
N
really
sound
fucking
out for
reached
a
from
little
the
too
depths
long, and
of
I
his
thought you were
mind
about
to
to say
pull that
not on the
one.
list, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" I completed like 20 postseasons.
The forehead, Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, number 5 with 40 passing touchdowns.
Wow.
So
He's
this
number
is touchdown.
5?
This is touchdowns like you
Passing touchdowns through a career, playoffs only.
said. Okay, in a playoff career. Let's see. Try. This is hard because there's a lot of guys like older guys that made the playoffs every fucking year, but it's
You're
like,
right. Mark Sanchez.
uh,
Underrated.
He's like number 4.
Tim
That's-
Tebow.
Oh, bro.
Bro's got 1 touchdown, but it happened to
Yeah,
be
but
like
it
the
was one of the
greatest
best,
touchdown
so
yeah.
ever.
20.
Counts as 40.
That counts for I was gonna say that counts for about 40.
Give me a guy who's in the playoffs like every fucking year. Give me Brett Favre.
Brett Favre at number 4 with 44 passing touchdowns.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna go his successor, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers tied for second place with 45 passing
Really?
touchdowns.
Wow.
I
So
would
the
not
the gap between
guess-
1 and 2 is 43 touchdowns.
I guess I'll go with.
That's nuts. I mean, you
guess
have to
I'll-
think Tom
Tom
Brady
Brady.
played for so
I'll
long,
give you
but
a-
like,
Tom
that's
Brady,
still
pretty good.
crazy.
I guess I'll say
Good at
Drew
football.
Brees.
Drew Brees number 7 with 37 passing
That
touchdowns.
stat alone should shut down the greatest of all time debate forever. Like, if you're not
It will.
already like Tom Brady's the
Stat-
GOAT,
the
that
stat
alone.
that shuts down the stat that
The
shuts down
shat.
the debate.
The shut down.
Okay. The stat that shuts down the debate is Tom Brady never took a snap in a football game where he was eliminated from the playoffs. That's the craziest thing of all time.
I feel like Mahomes is also
It
in
is
that
your
realm
turn
right now.
You just mean in regular season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tommy,
Yes.
it's your turn.
Okay. Let's see. Who's another guy? Did we guess Joe Montana?
Joe Montana also tied for second with 45 passing touchdowns.
God, skip me for now.
All right.
I'm gonna
Jesus.
go 2-time Super Bowl champion Ben Roethlisberger.
Number 8 with 36 passing touchdowns. 2 left.
There's my bad guess. You guys
I do not believe he's been guessed, but I would be shocked if he's not on here.
don't say
John
Drew Brees.
Elway. John
Who?
Elway.
Not John Elway.
Who said Drew Brees? I have a lot of leave. I don't let.
I'm shocked Elway isn't on there. He played for a long time. He was in the
I guess
playoffs.
now we're down to the final 2. If you just have a guess, just go for it.
Final 2.
You said Joe Montana already, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Just cause Steve Young.
Nope, not Steve Young.
Mm.
I figured not, but I'm throwing it out there.
Dude. Blake Bortles.
All
He did have a
Colin,
couple.
you got any?
He did.
guesses?
He did have quite a few touchdowns that one playoff run.
Yeah, he had like 4. Like,
Oh, I keep thinking
Like,
I don't think he was pushing to the 30s, but
Broke
I'd
like
be-
top 20, probably.
I'd be
Greatest
shocked if
one
he
of
has
all
30 in
time.
the regular season. Like,
in his career.
yeah.
Which one do we have left?
We have 9
I-
and 10.
9 and 10.
I've got a
This is a long shot. Go ahead, Donnie.
I've got a sneaky pull.
So do I.
Russell Wilson.
I was just gonna say Russell Wilson.
Damn.
That's
Not
why.
Russell Wilson.
Damn.
Fuck, I should have let you
Bro,
guess.
I literally was thinking, oh, this is a sneaky pull. Russell Wilson could be up there, and then you said
I'm looking at a Seahawks logo like right off screen. So
That's
I
wild.
had that in the fucking Rolodex.
I mean,
See,
thinking about it,
guessed,
I-
I almost guessed Russ earlier, but I was like, nah.
really
He's played
thinking
in a
he
lot
could
of
have been
playoff
up there.
games.
He really has. So I was thinking he could be up there.
I also want to stand corrected.
Oh,
Blake Bortles had 35 touchdowns in 2015 in a season. Good for him.
2015?
2015.
Wow.
I thought 2017 was his really good year.
Nope, he had 21 that year.
Yeah, the defense carried 2017. Like,
Well, yeah,
hard.
but he was still like decent.
Defense-
No, I
and
know
Leonard
what you're saying,
Fournette.
but 2015 he had that was when Allen Robinson had like 1,500 yards in a season and went for like 15 touchdowns.
Yeah,
Blake Bortles was
2015.
like Blake Bortles was like solid, and then was out of the league so fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
Dallas. For these final two, can we get like an era, like what time frame?
Hold on,
Sort of.
I got a couple more guesses.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
that was you, dog.
Jared Goff.
Another guy that I think has played in too many games to not be on here. Give me Jim Kelly.
Nope.
No,
Really?
no Jared Goff.
No Jared Goff.
If Jim Kelly made 4 fucking Super Bowl runs, no, not Jared Goff. God damn.
Cam Newton.
No Cam Newton.
Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner with 31 at number 10.
Yeah. I had that one.
That was a good one.
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino at 9 with 32.
I was gonna fucking guess him, but I didn't think he played in the playoffs.
I thought that was. I was gonna say I was kind of on the fence about guessing Dan Marino.
Well, I don't know how many playoff games he won. Like he never made a Super Bowl, but he could have won a shit ton of playoff games.
Right.
Kind of thing, you know?
Dude,
Marino's
all these trivia times,
was,
we're just randomly sometimes someone's gonna pop up and just be like, I know that answer. That's just because it was on trivia time. And it's just useless information that we're gonna know.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Donnie, Jim Kelly, he has 21 touchdowns in the postseason, along with 28 interceptions.
Thurman Thomas really fucking carried those Super Bowl runs. Holy shit.
So today I'm going to be testing something new for trivia. It's something we've done in the past off of the podcast. I have a wheel of the last 15 years. I'm going to randomly spin the wheel, and then we are going to guess the first team All-Pro on offense only. So we're not going to do offensive linemen.
I like this.
But
skill positions.
So
skill positions for first team.
You'll also have to, because honestly, don't not off the top of my head, so it's 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 receivers. You'll have to tell us when we figure out the year.
Yep. So here is the random spin.
It's gonna be like 2001 or some bullshit.
It's the last 15 years, so it's not 2001, Donnie. That's simple math.
2008.
2021. So a little recency
this one
here.
should be easy.
Okay.
Hopefully this one is easy. Let's see.
So is it? Yeah, is it one QB?
I think it's quarterback. I think it's quarterback, running back, 3 receivers. I think it's
and then tight end.
So quarterback, running back, 1, 2, 3 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and then I'll give bonus points if somebody guesses any offensive lineman.
The fullback. Honestly, offensive linemen should not be that hard.
Wait, there's 3. There's 3 running backs.
Oh, sure.
3 running backs on first team All Pro.
Yeah,
that can't be right. Because there's not 2 tight ends.
There
wasn't this year.
There was nobody on second team running back wise for this year, unless I'm a relook at a different website just to make sure.
I feel like there's only one.
I'm fairly confident because I saw a All Pro list this year, and I'm pretty sure it's 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 3 receivers, 1 tight end.
I think it changes.
All right, I'm gonna.
There's a reason it's like first team is like for some of the positions.
It's like an offense.
It's like a depth chart, you know.
I'm gonna go based off of Pro Football Reference here. 1 running back. I'm gonna be tallying points, so this is gonna be.
So seriously, if we get an offensive lineman, what is the bonus point? 2 points?
Jason Kelce.
Calm down there, bud.
I know he's on there.
So we'll maybe not. You never know.
But first team All Pro center.
Let him talk. Let him explain the rules, and then Colin, you can go. Jeez.
I'm gonna give 2 points for any offensive lineman, 1 point for any regular position, special position. So Colin, go ahead.
All right, quarterback Patrick Mahomes.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Wow.
My turn next. Quarterback Lamar Jackson.
Wrong.
Not in 2021. No.
I thought he won the MVP in 2021.
No, he didn't.
2019, he won the MVP.
Yeah.
No.
We're off to a hot start. My god.
Yeah, I was gonna say these guys are making me think because I didn't want to fucking jump the gun. These guys really jumped the gun.
I know who the quarterback is. I'm stupid.
It should be Aaron Rodgers if I believe right.
Yeah, it's Aaron
It
Rodgers.
is Aaron Rodgers. There is 1 point for Donnie.
Thank you for you guys jumping because I was gonna say
All
Patrick
right,
Mahomes.
my strategy is going to get all of the offensive linemen now.
What? If he gets all the offensive linemen, give him the rest of trivia. Just fucking he turns off.
Well, that's 10 points right there if I get all of the offensive linemen.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said that.
All right, I feel like Jason Kelsey's got to be one of them.
Yeah, Jason Kelsey is first team for the center. That's 2 points for Colin.
Let's go. We're in the lead, bitches.
All right, Marshall. How we looking?
I'll go Tyreek Hill.
Not on the first team. He was on the second team.
I think I'm a year off, but this should be the Jonathan Taylor year.
Jonathan Taylor was the RB1 for the
Wow.
All-Pro team. It is tied 2-2 between Colin and Donnie. Marshall, you still have a chance if you can get some offensive linemen in here. Colin, back to you.
Tight end. Travis Kelsey.
He was second team, unfortunately.
Wow.
To Marshall.
I'm on pull a wild one.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
One of the tackles, Trent Williams.
Trent
Oh,
Williams. Marshall
damn.
comes onto the board with 2 points.
That was gonna be me like taking a commanding lead is with Trent Williams. Fuck.
Good. Now it's all tied up.
Okay, well,
Donnie with a chance to take the lead.
I gotta play a little bit more aggressive here. Means fucking Trent Williams got taken.
We're all going to stick with the lineman first.
Is,
We're going to totally
is-
ruin trivia. He was hoping we would guess like one of them.
is Lane Johnson the right tackle?
He is not. It is tied
Oh.
2-2-2 going into the next round.
Collins, you're up.
Colin, you're teed up.
2021.
2021.
It's basically a new ball game. We're all tied. Here we go.
We still have all 3 wide receivers and the tight end.
Didn't Tyreek Hill get guessed?
He was
Yeah.
second team.
He was second team.
2 guards and a tackle on the board as well.
Mike
Guards,
Evans.
Possible.
Not on the list,
I would've-
Colin.
Was he
Last
second
guess.
team?
He was
Mike
not
Evans.
second team.
Justin
Oh,
Jefferson.
really?
Justin Jefferson was second team.
No, yeah.
How
I
many
was just saying.
we guessed all 3 second teamers.
I gotta dial the fuck in.
It is getting heated.
Oh.
This is a good trivia. I like
So
this.
this is not obviously this year. This wasn't last year. It was the year before. Correct.
This is 2021. Yes.
So
You do
The
the, you do the math.
So it has to. Okay, fuck off. So it has to be Cooper Kupp then.
Cooper Kupp.
I was about to
Triple
say, if he didn't
Crown
say it, I was going
winner.
to immediately say it.
Donnie
It took
takes
me
the lead.
so long to realize. Have we gotten any of the other first teamers for wide receivers?
We have 2 left. Two
Okay.
2 out of the 3. We still have a tight end on the board. 2 guards and a tackle.
Yeah, that's wild.
This is
The guards.
This
I
is
don't-
kind of dicey because I don't remember exactly what year Deshaun went off, but I'm going to say DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Not on there.
Not
No.
on the list.
I'm gonna go with another O lineman. Quentin Nelson.
Second team guard.
Damn.
As soon as he said it, I was like, Jonathan Taylor, you're no.
Oh my gosh, man. Come on.
Donnie
Oh
with a
my
chance to extend his lead to 2.
This is wild.
Does he play it safe?
4-3.
Does he play it
4-3.
safe?
You can't do it on. You can't do 3 and 1.
Well, if he gets a
I'm already up.
if he gets an O lineman, he gets 2
Oh
points.
right, you're already up. one.
He's up 1. Can he extend his lead?
We got quarterback. We got running. Okay, so
We got 2 wide receivers, a tight end,
That's running back again. Maybe you didn't get it the first time.
2 tackles, and a guard, or 2 guards and a tackle.
Goal. Sorry. Okay. TikTok.
Okay. If I'm gonna go Devontae Adams, wide receiver.
Devontae Adams, first team wide receiver. Donnie is up
Respect.
2 points.
Respect.
Colin, chance to rebuttal.
Shit.
What team does he play for?
What position?
That's his guess.
Shit, guard, Tulsa.
I gotta guess it, Colin. If you take it, I swear I'll find where you live.
1 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 2 guards, 1 tackle.
Fuck. What's his name? Zach Martin?
Zach Martin,
Let's
first
go.
team All Pro,
Dang.
gets
I'm
4
naming all the
total
good
points.
offensive linemen I know.
Let's go, Colin. Marshall, you're
Tied it
down
up.
2.
Colin, you are making me second guess myself now because I had a guard and I forgot about Zach Martin. Zach Martin wasn't the guard I'm thinking of, and now I'm scared to say the
There's
guard
one
I'm
left.
thinking.
There's one left, bro.
1 guard, 1 tackle.
I think I know because I might just shoot for a guard because I have to stay in the lead here. And it's the other tackle, isn't it?
In the league.
I have 1 tackle, 1 guard. We also have the tight end and wide receiver 3.
I don't know the other tackle. I think, dude, Colin, you're making me second guess myself. He's been a solid guard in the league. He is on one of the most powerful offensive linemen. Still hosts one of the greater running backs. I think it's I'm gonna butcher his last name. Joel Bonito or whatever his last name is. Joel Bonito. Bro was like a 93 in Madden. He's always good. I always draft him. Joel Bonito.
Marshall.
Bro, don't tell me he's
Marshall.
second team. He's second team. I hate you, Dallas. Screw
He is first team.
Let's go.
All offense. It is tied up at 4. Donnie
That's
has
my
a chance.
That's my Madden goat right there.
Donnie, if you could get the other tackle, you pretty much lock up the game here. If not, you get these guys a chance. We have 1 tackle, 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end. Tied up at 4.
I'm really man, it's a tough spot. I'm not gonna go offensive lineman because I feel like that's fucking hard. That's the hardest one. I've gotten both wide receivers, so that makes me want to guess wide receiver. I'm gonna go for it, and it might set somebody up. But let's go Kittle for the tight end.
Kittle, second team.
I thought Kelsey
All right.
was second.
Well,
This
Kelsey
man-
was also second team. I guess
this-
George
this-
Kittle was honorable mention.
What the fuck?
This man went crazy on my fantasy team that year. Give me Mark Andrews.
Gotta be.
Mark
Yeah.
Andrews, first team All Pro. Colin takes the
He just
lead.
flipped his
So
phone.
what's the scores? Because I think I know the
I
last one.
just took the
Colin's
lead
up by
at
one, me and you are tied.
7.
Colin has 5.
Bitch.
Marshall and Donnie each have 4. There
Okay.
is 2 remaining players left. 1
Or
wide
you
receiver.
can go for the offensive lineman.
I think
Wide
Donnie
receiver
could-
for 1, offensive lineman for 2 points.
I'm not gonna leave
What
this
is the
out hanging.
position? Tackle.
Tackle.
I think I know the wide receiver. We've guessed a lot of the good wide receivers, and I'm debating between 2. But I think no, because he didn't really pop off until like this year. But bro had this crazy year, and then he's been okay. I'm so scared, but I just gotta shoot for it. I don't really want to know the wide receiver B, but I'm gonna guess for the wide receiver Deebo Samuel.
It is Debo
Yeah,
Samuel.
that was the year he went
shit.
nuts.
Now, Donnie, if you can get this tackle, you still win.
Yeah, bro wins with the tackle.
If you win with the tackle,
I think I got a hell of a pull, so don't let it get to me.
I probably have. I don't have a guess really. I mean, I could guess tackles all day, but
it all comes down to this.
me and Colin started out with Ducks, and now we're tied for the lead.
Problem is, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Like who it is, like what team he's on and what position, but I don't know his fucking name.
What's the team?
I ain't gonna fucking tell you.
What position does he play?
Well, we already know that.
He's a right tackle. He's a right tackle because fuckhead
I
is.
swear to God.
Trent Williams is a left tackle.
At some point, you just gotta let Colin have a guess.
I don't think it's fucking. It's the guy. Is it Jack Conklin?
Is
No.
not.
No.
Shout out to him though. Michigan State fucking Spartan dog.
Okay.
For the
All
win.
right, here's my guess. Well, I mean,
Okay.
I'm already in the lead. So like,
Well, you're tied for the lead.
oh, I thought it was. Oh, because
No, Marshall tied it up.
Debo. You're right.
Marshall
All right.
got Debo.
Bro thought he had the win.
This man just played a game in Ford Field yesterday. Give me Tristan Wirfs,
There
Tampa
is
Bay
the
Buccaneer.
dub, Colin. There is the dub, Colin. This.
Hey, that's a hell of a pull. I never would have got
What
Tristan
a
Wirfs.
pull! What a pull! What a sore loser this man Donnie is. That man was leading, bro. Pull. Ah, man, sold it.
Hey, that's
What
a hell of
ass.
Colin. That is a hell of a pull.
What
Oh
a
my God.
pull!
Tristan Wirfs was good for that year. My next guess was, dude. I was gonna.
I was
start
trying to
guessing.
think about good teams.
My next
and
guess
the
was-
Bucks were in the playoffs that year.
That's true.
And-
My next guess was literally Taylor Decker, bro. I had no idea who the other tackle was.
What a pull,
Well, Taylor Decker's
Colin.
a left tackle, but
Yeah, but I don't think it matters. It's just tackles. I don't really think it matters.
Oh.
I
thought we
think-
established it was
Because
left
Trent
tackle.
Williams, I also thought might because he's been switching around. I think he's also like left in because it is just labeled guard and then tackle.
Welcome back, buddy.
He's back.
All right, well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Fourth and Wrong podcast.
It's wild to think that the next time we will talk to them, we will either be on
Bro, cut me
cloud
off.
nine
Bro,
or
cut
we
me
will be
off. That's
like,
crazy.
well, we tried.
Right. I mean, that's what I was about to say is, big weekend this week. Next week's episode is going to either be incredible or really, really sad. And we might just skip it since we got the Pro Bowl in between. But we'll see what happens. But see y'all next week. Thanks for watching. Go Lions.
Go
Beat
Lions.
the 49ers.
Peace.